2 ways to invest in the technology behind Bitcoin technology blockchain. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about, do you really understand Bitcoin? Do I really understand Bitcoin? We're going to talk about Bitcoin taking off and how can you profit from it. And we're going to look at the technology that's behind it. And also we're going to talk about the ETFs, and we're going to talk about individual stocks. So y'all stay tuned, and we're going to have a very good episode on the late night show. I've been gone for a little while. If everybody told you, January would be a crazy month for me, but I'm back now. I'm going to be in and out for the rest of the month, but it'll be random times. I'm not randomly set up, but I'm still going to bring y'all that content and keep it pushing. All right. So if you haven't done so already, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and make sure.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit that like, comment, and share button.
If you're dropping in to catch this live, don't forget to go ahead and tell me where you're from in the comment box, and I will get to those comments later if you're catching this live. Now, here go the first thing. I'm just being 100% honest, telling my truth and living my truth. I do not understand Bitcoin. Yes, I know what it is. I know what a cryptocurrency is. But what I mean by understand it, I don't know how it brings value. Now, granted, I know people are saying, hey, it's a digital currency. It can be traded from this or whatever the case may be. Now, does it make money? Of course it makes money because it goes up. But by the price going up doesn't mean the value is going up. Anybody can make the price go up. This was notorious back before. This is what caused the stock market crash in 1929. Before they created the SEC and the Investment Advisors Act, people could just pump and dump stocks all the time. Meaning just somebody with a bunch of money could just buy a bunch of 1 penny stock, put millions of dollars into it, and pump it up. And just because the price is going up doesn't mean the value is going up, right? So I like to look at Bitcoin. What is the utility of Bitcoin? Like, for prime example, what can it be used for? I can create a cryptocurrency. Another person can create a cryptocurrency. This person, you got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum, you got Litecoin, so many different coins out there. Not just one, it's a bunch of them. And also, then you have tokens, then you have coins, and you got tokens, and they can be used to pay for things, and people can't track it. I could understand that, but I don't understand what is the value. For prime example, let's take a company like Coca-Cola. What does it do? It makes soft drinks. People buy them, they drink them, they make money. The drink costs $5 a can. 5 cents a can to make. They sell it for $1.25. Large profit margin. Pretty easy to understand. Apple, what do you do? Microsoft, what do you do? Disney, what do you do? Everybody, I can understand those. Bitcoin, what do you really do? I can't really say the underlying value. So since I can't understand the underlying value, but I know it's making money, I'm not going to be an idiot and say, hey, this thing is making money and becoming a thing, and I'm not going to pay attention to it. I am going to pay attention to it, but I'm paying attention to it for understanding. How can I understand this? Because what happens is, right now, to all the people that's out there that's buying the cryptocurrencies or whatever, nobody cares about the finances until the bear comes out. And what I mean by the bear coming out, when something starts to drop in value, that's when everybody will start, okay, well, what am I really holding? Right now, there's nothing in my portfolio besides Uber that I always say that I'm scared of a market crash came out and happened tomorrow morning. The only company I would think of that may not make it may be Uber, because I know their finances. I know how much money they got in the bank. I know how much money, income statement. I know how much money they got. They can make it through a hard time. But for prime example, you look at a Bitcoin, if it starts to drop, or a cryptocurrency, I don't know why it's dropping or why it's going up. I'm just riding the wave, right? Which is not a bad thing, but just my style of investing. I like to understand the fundamentals of what makes it tick. Like being in a relationship, you want to know who you're in a relationship with, whether it's a guy or a girl. You want to know more about them. Yes, you're physically attracted to them, but you want to learn about them. Where are they from? What are their values? What do they like? What do they don't like? Why do they like this? How was their childhood? How was their parents? You want to know these things. You want to get to know it. And that's how I look at an investment. I want to get to know you. So now, it's no secret Bitcoin is taking off. I don't want to miss the bandwagon. I don't want to miss the wave. If this is the future, I don't want to miss it. But I do want to understand it. How can I profit from it? So Bitcoin is taking off. How can I profit from it? So when I sit back and I look at it, I say, well, when I look at a company, When I go and swipe my credit card, some people swipe, some people insert. What is the backing of this? What is the infrastructure? Who's providing the infrastructure? Who's providing the backing to make this thing tick? For prime example, when you take your credit card and you swipe it at the gas station to buy gas, who is the technology that when you swipe that card, it reads it, it connects, it finds your financial institution, and it deducts the right amount from your account. It deducts the money from your account, put the money into the store account. Who's doing all of that, right? Banks are not doing that. Banks hire the technology to do that. So when you look at Bitcoin, who's the person out there that's correlating? One Bitcoin is worth $40,000 is worth one Bitcoin. Who's making that happen? When you go on that app like Coinbase or whatever app you're using, and you go out there and you buy that cryptocurrency, who's the technology that is aligning cryptocurrencies in dollars? Who's keeping that value up? Who's doing that? What is that technology? That's what brings us to our next topic. What is the technology behind Bitcoin? Who is the technology behind Bitcoin? Maybe I can invest into that, right? So it's going to go down to this episode of the 2 ways to do it. The 2 ways are going to be, one, you're going to have an ETF you can do it with, or you can find companies that provide it, stocks that provide it. So there are stocks out there. There are companies, their whole job is to find the next Bitcoin, but provide the infrastructure to Bitcoin. So you have stocks and you have ETFs. So in this episode, we're going to explore ETFs, and we're going to look at company stocks that are providing the infrastructure behind Bitcoin. When you take your $1 and you put it on Coinbase, or you take your $1,000 and you put it on Coinbase, or you put it on all these other Bitcoin places or cryptocurrency places, and you buy $1,000 worth of cryptocurrencies. I've never seen them, cryptocurrency is not a physical thing. Who's doing all of the backing behind this? And what is the future of that? Right? So let me see what y'all say in the comments. We're going to look at it next. We're going to look into the ETF. Then we're going to look at different stocks and companies, and we're going to read up on them to see what do they do. See what y'all say in the comments. Somebody here said, no, don't. I don't know what you mean by that. Somebody on Facebook said hi. Max B said, what's up, Max? Max B, what's going on? I'm going to get back to you too. My schedule's been a little crazy. Max B said, if I don't buy Bitcoin at 3,000, I won't buy it at 30,000. Okay, that's a good point. What's going on, P for I know he's out there in Phoenix, Arizona. He won on the Christmas Eve. Pete Forever. Hopefully I'm saying it right. I'm sorry for butchering your name, but you know what my heart is. Says, good evening. Looking forward to the Killer Mike interview. Yes, Killer Mike is supposed to, Mr. Mike Renda. I don't like to say Killer Mike. Mike Renda, co-founder of Greenwood. LK Raw, this is live. I'm live right now, LK Raw. I see he's saying, is this live or playback? No, this is me. I'm live. I'm talking to people. Here we go. He says, good evening. Looking forward to the Killer Mike. Yes, Killer Mike is a co-founder of Greenwood Bank, and he's supposed to be coming onto the show on Tuesday. They confirmed that he will be on Tuesday at 11 o'clock. All right. So we're looking at it. So I'm looking forward to that too. I want to talk to him about financial literacy and banks and stuff like that. So we're going to look forward to that. Larry, what's going on? Larry out there. Aloha. What's going on? He's out there in Hawaii. Thank you for tuning in, Larry. You got it right, man. Petrie forever. Okay, there it is. Petrie. I got it, man. I got you, Petrie. You always got to give me the natural way to announce it. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in. But we got you, Petrie. I'm definitely looking forward to that too. Brandon, what's going on? He's out there in Japan, I think. He said, from what I've learned, blockchain is the foundation of this technology. We're going to get into that. Smart man. Then we're going to look at the technology behind this. But the question is, how can I invest into the technology behind it? Now, the reason why I'm more interested into the technology, Brandon, is I can understand the finances of that company. So let's say, Brandon, you have a company that's providing the technology behind Bitcoin. I can look and see how much money are you making to do that. I can look at your PE ratio. I can look at your income statement, your cash flow, and I'm more comfortable with investing into the company that's giving the infrastructure to cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency had to have some type of infrastructure. Who's providing to that? So we're going to look at that. Miss Nicole Young, how you doing? She said, hi from California. So we got California, Japan, Arizona, LK Raw. I'm not sure where you're from. Hawaii, Max B's up there in Washington, and whoever's the Facebook user. Don't say your name. I don't know where you're from. Always Ready 24/7 says 10,000 decentralized nodes are backing Bitcoin and keeping the ledger secured up and running. Who is doing that? Who's doing that? What company is doing that? How much money are they making to do that? Right? Now, the first thing we're going to look at is the ETF. And the ETF is an exchange traded fund. One of the most popular ones right now is stock symbol BLCN. This is a NASDAQ next generation economy. This is pretty much all the blockchain technologies kind of bottled into one where people can look at it, right? Let me see what y'all saying here. LK Raw, he resides in Florida. Okay, gotcha, LK Raw. So we got Florida in here, California, Arizona, Hawaii, Japan, Washington. We all over the country right now. LK Raw says, I'm up 3,000 after the first trading week this year on my road to making 100K paradise. Tesla, hell Tesla. Yes, Tesla has been pretty good. I wouldn't mind getting I wish I'd had a call option on a lot of things last year, especially Tesla. But we don't know what Tesla's going to do, you know. We're going to see. Always Ready 24/7 said the miners. Who are the miners? LK, Always Ready, you're saying the miners. That's cool what you're saying, but we have to understand it's like a rumor. Hey, where does that rumor come from? Oh, they said. Well, who is they? Well, you know, they. I want to find out who is they. And that's what we're going to do in this episode. All right, Brian. What's going on? Ramirez says hello from Long Beach, California. So we got two Cali people in the house. Okay, how you doing? And Miss Jacqueline Golden. Hey, how you doing, Miss Jacqueline? Thank you for tuning in. All right, so the first way is ETFs, exchange traded funds. This is pretty much the companies. This is a bunch of companies. I have it pulled up here on Yahoo Finance. And inside of Yahoo Finance, this is BLCN. We're going to look at this is the company. This is if somebody wanted to say, hey, well, how can I invest into it? But this is the downside. The pros is, yes, you're going to benefit from the rise of cryptocurrencies, but it won't be as much. And what I mean by it won't be as much is, for prime example, look at cryptocurrency went up, I don't know, 10% overnight. This only goes up 1% here or there, but you'll be involved. You'll have some exposure, but you won't have a lot of exposure, right? So the ETFs are one way you can look into exchange traded funds to get into it. Now we want to go a little bit further. I'm going to share my screen, and the first company is going to be called, we're going to look at two companies today. We're going to look at stocks that are that's providing the infrastructure to the cryptocurrency. The first company we're going to look at is out of California. So all my California people out there, if you're in the SoCal area, San Diego, I lived out there for a while. In the La Jolla area, this is in San Diego County. The first company we're going to look at is stock symbol SI. That's Sierra, India. It's going to be called Silvergate. So let me pull my screen up. Y'all give me 1 second. Where are we at? All right. I usually have my water with me when I'm on the show, but I didn't bring my water today. So we're going to go to About Silvergate. So the first thing about Silvergate, right here, they're based in La Jolla, California. Silvergate is a Federal Reserve member bank and it is a leading provider of the innovative financial infrastructure solutions services for the growing digital currency era. We leverage our technology platform and management team's expertise to develop solutions for many of the largest fintech and digital currency companies and investors around the world. Our solutions are built in on our deep-rooted commitment and property approach to regulatory compliance. It was founded in 1988. This is what I like. Pay attention. It was founded in 1988. Silvergate has been consistently profitable for 20 plus years, and our stock is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, SI. This pretty much was a bank that was founded in 1988 that they've been profitable for 20 plus years. And now they are getting into the digital cryptocurrency space. Now, when you look at this company, you say, okay, well, how has the stock performed? SI today cost $74. Their last year performance, we're going to look 1 year. Last year, this stock went up. Let me see, make sure I'm not putting out bad gouge. The stock went from how much was, okay, let me pull up my other screen here. This is a little bit harder to read. So we want to look, how did SI stock perform last year? And y'all can look it up on on your own, but I'm going to pull it up too. So if y'all can beat me to it, that'd be great. So last year, SI stock was $15, $16. This company went from $16 all the way to $74. A profitable company that's providing the infrastructure. I'm going to pull this up on my screen here so y'all can see this. So y'all can't say, when you go back and you tell your coworkers and your friends and your cousin, you can't be like, oh, what Prince said, I saw on YouTube. You say, no, I know how to get this information myself. So right here, 1 year, this time last year, this stock was trading for $16. Do the math. From $16 to $74, what is the return on the investment? From $16 to $74. Let's do the math on that. Let's do the math on that. Give me 1 second. From $16, if y'all can beat me to it while I pull up my calculator, that'd be great. Here we go. Okay, so let's say here, it's going to be a couple hundred. Okay, so we got 74. Okay, we had 74 minus 16. So you had 58. 58 times 100. Right by, what was that, 16? I said it was 362%. This company has gone up 362% last year, and nobody talked about it. It's a profitable company. So which one you rather invest in? I don't really understand cryptocurrencies, but I know how to understand a profitable bank, right? This company has told you they've been profitable for over 20 years. They went up 362%, if my math is correct, last year. Nobody is talking about the infrastructure behind cryptocurrencies, right? That's one company. This company is called SI, Silvergate. When you look at their finances, great financial company. It's already a profitable company that's moved into the providing the infrastructure for cryptocurrency, and they went up 300% last year. Yes, that means if you had $1,000, it turned into $3,000. If you had $10,000, it turned into $30,000, right? But it doesn't get that media hype. Let me see what y'all said in the comments. Next, we're going to go into another stock. I don't know who's saying, somebody's telling me that I'm not live, but okay. So Brandon says, based on what you're asking, companies like Visa, MasterCard have been a couple who invested in it and helping put together what manages it. That's another one. That is true. Visa and MasterCard, they do provide technology behind our money, right? Always Ready said, invest in Coinbase once they have an IPO. That could be one. He said the bank. He's guessing right now. He said buy Grayscale. They have multiple cryptocurrency funds. Yes, I did a show on that. That's called GBTC. GBTC. I taught that. I might do another episode on it too about it for E-Trade, but I did one. You can do GBTC. You can do that, right? And Joe says this isn't live. Okay, Jose, I'm not live. I'm gonna guess I'm a machine with artificial intelligence, right? But I'm not. Nicole Youngs from California said, I was hoping to find something like this, and I had no idea where to start. No problem. You tuned in to the #1 podcast, YouTube, whatever you want to call it, in the country, well, in the world, right? So anyway, we talked about this company here. Silvergate is a profitable company out of La Jolla, California, right where you at, Nicole, that we looked at their infrastructure and they've been profitable. They're making money. We can look at their finances. It's already a profitable company that I can understand that are getting into the crypto, right? It went up 300% last year. Nobody talked about it. It went from $16 to $74 and it's already profitable. Antoine, there you go. You got it right. This live in living color. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to turn my camera on. I'm looking a little rough right now. Now we're going to get into another company, right? We're going to get into another company because I don't understand cryptocurrency. I don't know what it is. I don't know the value. I don't know what it really does. What utility does it produce? I know what Google does. I know how it makes money. I know how Amazon makes money. I know how Amazon makes money. I know how Google makes money, but I don't know how this makes money. You know? Here we go. Peter Young said this is great info. Appreciate it. LK Ross said JH. I don't know what that means. Okay. Jonathan Jacobs, he said try to get people into Convert Grayscale, but too many people call it a scam. Because people don't understand it, Jonathan. I don't understand cryptocurrency. I know what it is, but I don't know anybody that can explain it to me. Jonathan, you and I can get together and create a cryptocurrency. Me and Max B can get together and create a cryptocurrency. Me and P Young, me and Miss Golden can get together and create a cryptocurrency. How do I know which one is better? I don't know now one person who's getting their Bitcoin, majority, I know it's some people, who's getting their Bitcoin and going to pay their bills, or using Bitcoin to go buy popcorn, or using Bitcoin to buy gas, right? Most people are buying it thinking, hey, it's going to go up, right? So that's what everybody does. Just because we all know price is what you pay, value is what you get. Just because the price is going up doesn't mean the value is going up. How do I know the value is going up? Looking at the finances. I can't look at the finance. Maybe I'm just dumb or stupid. I don't get it. People are going to comment and be like, you know what you're talking about? You're an idiot, man. I made $10,000. Man, okay, cool. I made $100,000. Somebody DM me today, Prince, I made $200,000. Cool, right? And when you do the history of finances, you really go through the history. I'm a finance connoisseur, going back to 1907, the 1800s, under the buttonwood tree. Who knows what happened up under the buttonwood tree? Comment, tell me who knows what happened up under the buttonwood tree. Going back to the buttonwood tree all the way till today, and I went to the buttonwood tree to see it myself, going from the buttonwood tree to today, and it's always been things like this. People say a Ponzi scheme. Who knows who Charles Ponzi is? Hopefully I got his first name right. Y'all know Ponzi was a real person? That was somebody's last name when they called the Ponzi scheme. So just because it makes money, people make money on Ponzi schemes too. Does that mean value is there? Hey, how you doing, Keisha from Jersey? That means Keisha in Jersey. Max B said, don't keep saying that it will be on Mad Money Monday. Saying what, Max B? He said, how about buying shares of Square? That could be another one. We got to look at the finances of them. We're going to get into this. Can you share views on Corn Cartel? I'm not smart enough to know on that. That's not in my wheelhouse. If I'm saying it even right, to tell, I can't even say it properly. Something is different. You seem to be, he said, something is different. You seem to be in the Matrix. I'm going to show my face on tomorrow's episode. I haven't been on here with my face, so I'm going to do something. You know, say when you search stocks, 30 minutes of research into it, anything. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. So how much money do you make from, who's the technology behind this, Jonathan Jacob? CT, okay. I've seen the Bitcoin ATM in my local store, and I never seen anyone use them. I've seen it in the mall too, Keisha. I've seen a Bitcoin ATM in the mall. I've never seen anybody over there putting their dollars in there to get some coins so they can go buy a soda. I've never seen it. Everybody's buying it because it's going up. And that's fine. Hey, it's going up, but we don't know what we're really buying. People jump on, look at me, I made this today. What did you make? I don't know. Well, what is that based upon? I know what Uber is. I know how Uber makes money. I know Uber is unprofitable. I know they're trying to become profitable. They give you a ride. They deliver your food. I can understand that. Oh, Max B said nobody's talking about it. Yeah, we're going to get into another company. We're going to look into the infrastructure. So you have profitable banks out here that are getting into the infrastructure behind cryptocurrency that are already profitable. They're making money. If I had SI and the stock market crashed tomorrow, Bitcoin crashed tomorrow, I will feel profit. I will feel comfortable because this already was a profitable company with money already. Right now, why is cryptocurrency going up? Because people are buying it. When it goes down, what made it go down? I'm guessing people are selling it. I don't know what I'm really holding. I can get GBTC. Ms. Jacob said, dropping them nuggets. Thank you. Tickler CTTL. I probably have to do that on another episode. I have to get into that later. Always ready to say you can buy Bitcoin and stocks with the Cash App Square. Yeah, that's true. You can with Cash App. You can buy fractional shares. That's what's good with Square too. I like that. Do you know why Bitcoin is in some banks now? My friend said she received her Bitcoin through Wells Fargo. Because you're right. Companies have to, Bitcoin has to be backed by something. In order for you to take $1 and turn it into something, it has to be backed by something. Somebody has to be doing the transaction. Fintech, financial technology. Somebody has to be turning that cryptocurrency into a dollar, turning that dollar into having an ATM. When you go to the ATM and you put your card and your PIN in there and you hit the enter button, what is the technology that's telling your bank to take out $40 from your bank account, put it in your hand, right? And to pay the ATM its fee, give the bank its fee? Who's doing all of that? I think that could be a way to invest. Ms. Jacqueline said a couple years ago, I used my BitPay debit card to eat at McDonald's. BitPay, okay, nice. And then that's fine, right? When you took your BitPay debit card and you took it to McDonald's and you ate there, who was the person that took the money from your BitPay? I never heard of BitPay too. Who took the money from your BitPay, gave it to McDonald's, took the money off of your BitPay, took it out of your Bitcoin account or whatever? Who's doing that? Who's these financial institutions? Okay, I like that. You say VeChain does product tracing, Walmart China. How much money do they make? Vaccine tracing, the food gate. What's this stock symbol? That sounds like blockchain, Jonathan Jacob. I think there's a company called Cybertrim that is behind the ATMs that will hop in with people using cryptocurrencies. Debit cards supposedly going to be more secure. Okay. So that's who I'm looking at. Now that I got everybody juices flowing into like, well, who is the magic man behind the scenes? Who is the magic man behind the scenes? Right? Who is the person pulling the strings behind the scenes to make sure all of this stuff happens? There's a company 45 minutes away from me in Castle Rock, Colorado. I reached out to them. I haven't heard nothing back from them. But they're called Riot. VET. You know what? Let's pull it up right now. VET. You said VET was a company? This is them? Vermilion Energy? This is an energy company out of Canada. So I just typed that in and said VET. That's $5. All right. So let's go on to the next one. Enough of that. This is a very popular one. It's been going up a whole lot. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's, I have a little bit of it. I have SI. By the way, I do have SI and I do have this next company. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of it. Let me pull it up. I didn't want to pull up their earnings, did I? I didn't mean to pull up their earnings. Okay, this is SI earnings. You can see, look, they're netting profits. They're not netting a whole lot of money, but they've been netting profits, and they've been profitable for 20 plus years. That's jumping into the Bitcoin world and providing the infrastructure. So let me get out of that one. I thought I already had this other one pulled up. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Okay, y'all give me 1 second. Y'all be patient with me. Pulling up the next company. We're going to talk about stocks. We're talking about companies right now that are providing that is the invisible hand. Who's the visible hand behind the cryptocurrency community? Let's go here. I've been following. It's in my son's portfolio. This company is in my son's portfolio. He has some GBTC as well. I do own some of that. I do have exposure to the cryptocurrency world. Not a whole lot, but I got some exposure. I keep an eye on what's hot on the streets and see what it is, but I have to understand the finances behind it. So here it is. All right. Let me pull it up for y'all to see. All right, here we go. All right, no. Oh, I did have it up. I just didn't know I had it up. Here we go. All right. So, Riot Blockchain. Everybody's been asking me about this company, Riot Blockchain. So, we're going to look at Riot. So, Riot right now, let's go back to about them. Let's look at an overview of Riot. Riot is out here in Colorado, probably like 45 minutes away from me. So, this is what they say. Bitcoin is disrupting the future of worldwide currencies and payment systems. Riot Blockchain is focused on supporting the Bitcoin ecosystem. Through proof of work mining, we're believers in Bitcoin opportunities, and our continued effort aimed to growing our mining operations demonstrates our commitment to the Bitcoin network. Riot is one of the largest U.S. publicly traded company miners in North America, and we are consistently working to improve. So right here, what is that first line? Riot Blockchain is focused on supporting the Bitcoin ecosystem. So like Miss Jacqueline said, Miss Golden said earlier, she said, hey, I took my BitPay and went to McDonald's and brought a large fry. What is the ecosystem that's making that happen? Who is that invisible hand that took that money from her BitPay and gave it to McDonald's, took it off of her card, put it in, provided the system? Who's doing that? So Riot is saying they're one of the largest people to do this, right? Now, let's take a look at the finances of Riot. Where are they at? Investors. We go here to investors, and we're going to go to their financial information. So let's look at their balance sheet. They have it right here on their website. I don't have to pull it up. Riot here. Cash on hand is growing. This is the big thing. I can go straight here to the cash flow statement, and I can tell the cash flow is negative, right? September from last year, 9 months, they're losing the same amount of money. So the company is not a profitable company, is losing money versus the other company, but this company has a lot of momentum. So SI is fundamental strong. Riot is momentum strong. Say it with me. SI is fundamentally strong. Riot is momentum strong. This company has been going stock price wise, been going wild, crazy upside, a lot of momentum. I like what she said. She said, yes. She said, yeah, who is the magic man? Yeah, who is the magic man? That's what I'm looking at in this episode, Miss Jacqueline. And that's what, so when I can look at the magic man and I can look up the finances, I can see how much money they're making, how much money they're not making. And these companies are going up 2, 3, 4, 5 times in stock prices, and nobody's talking about them. I'm more comfortable with these companies than I am these unprofitable companies. Always ready to say, look at coin market cap to make, oh yeah, it's not a stock. Okay, I figured it. Yeah, he's like, Riot was like $3. Yes, Max B. Riot is like, the headquarters is like 40 minutes from me. They're right here in Castle Rock, Colorado. And if y'all listening, Riot, y'all need to get with me. I want to bring y'all on the show because maybe y'all make me understand Bitcoin because I don't. But when I look at them, they're mining, right? They are a mining company. Okay, let me get back to where I was. But they're not making money, right? They haven't made the money. The cash flow is negative. Now we're going to look at their balance sheet. They are up in their cash. That's good. Then we can look at their total liabilities. They got a nice bit of working capital at least. Shareholders equity. Look at the shareholders equity. This is the network of the company. It's not increasing that drastically. Their finances, the momentum of the company is moving way faster than the stock price. Look at the equity. The equity is not jumping up like crazy from last year to this year. The finances doesn't. Their balance sheets don't look crazy over the last 9 months. But look at the stock. The stock just went crazy, right? The stock is going crazy. But when you look at the shareholders' equity, it's not going crazy. When you look at their fundamentals, they don't look too crazy like the stock price. So they have a lot of momentum. Momentumly, they have a lot of momentum. The momentum is just going crazy. I didn't pull up the finances. I'm gonna go back. We're gonna look at the finances of SI Silvergate 2, but they have a lot of more. They have way more momentum than Silvergate, but their fundamentals are not there. So now let's take a look at, let's compare and contrast. Let's look at Silvergate's finances. Let me pull this up. Y'all give me 1 second. Silvergate Financials. That sounds like it might be it. All right. So their financial statement. Let's look at their financial statement from 2020. Let's look at their Q3 report. Make sure y'all can see that. Let me share the other news stream. Let me see y'all can see their Q3 report so y'all can walk through it with me. So Max B, you got your Investor Show mug. I want you to make sure you sipping your Investor Show mug looking into this stuff. Okay, here we go. Make sure y'all watching the same thing as me. There we go. Yeah, we're watching the same thing. All right. Let's go on down and stroll to their finances. All right. Let's look at where their assets are at. We're looking at that. Let's go down to the cash flow statement. Let's see. So look at here. They got the digital currency exchange, the investor relations, institutional investors, right? They got real estate. They got a lot of operations in here. Real estate loan, because there was an actual bank that's just jumping into. They were already a profitable company that's just jumping into this. This is in thousands, so they got 15 million total assets. Oh, look at these total assets they got in this company. What's that? 2.6 billion. Shareholders equity, making sure I'm looking at the right thing. Shareholders equity is slightly growing, nothing too crazy. This is very important. Retained earnings. Look at those retained earnings. Slowly increasing. Retained earnings is after you pay all your bills, what's being retained in the company. Retained earnings looking very solid. Now let's see if I can get down here to the cash flow statement. Okay, look at the net income. Net income, the net income in thousands, it's like what, 21 million? They had 21 million in 19. They only had 16 million. So the cash flow, net income kind of decreased. But let's look at that in net income. After that net income, let's see how much money they walked out with. So it was 67 million last year, only 64 million this year, and it ended in the same time period, September 30th from last year to this year. So nothing crazy, right? Nothing too crazy, but they're more financially sturdy than a Riot. Riot seems like it has a lot of momentum. It could be the future, right? Like, and I look at this, this happens with companies like CrowdStrike in cybersecurity land. I haven't spoke about that in a while. But when you look at CrowdStrike versus Fortinet, Fortinet is better fundamentally. Fortinet is fundamentally strong, but CrowdStrike is unprofitable, but momentum strong. So you have to understand it too, right? Oh, okay. Max B said he's been using the Investor Show Cup. He said, I've been using it for Uber, man. I found out a lot. I'm bullish this year on Uber. There you go. He said, I found things I never would have found without it. See, look at the Investor Show mug. Y'all better go in the description box to get you the Investor Show mug and, read these financial reports 10 times better. This is just a joke, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want nobody buying a mug and saying they didn't learn something or whatever. So these are two companies. We can see Riot is the technology that's behind it. We look at a company like SI Silvergate out in California. And it was another company. No, Silvergate is out of California. Riot is out of, it was another company I was looking at that was out of Brooklyn, New York. I can't remember who I was looking at. But Riot is down the street from my house. And you have, Silvergate that's out there that was a financial bank company that's getting into the Bitcoin cryptocurrency world. And they're already a profitable company. So this is the thing I want you guys to think about it. The two ways you can invest into this is the ETFs, or you can find the companies that's the magic man that has the magic invisible hand making all of this cryptocurrency things work, and look at their finances. They're taking a nice run too. So that's one of the things I wanted to look at. But that's going to conclude today's episode. I'm going to show my face tomorrow. Everybody seems like they say I'm in the Matrix. I'm not really here. This is not really Prince Dykes. But I'm going to bring the show on tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'm probably going to try to get on tomorrow, and I'm going to show my face. I'm going to come back live so y'all can see me. But I want to give you this thought process as everybody's looking at the cryptocurrency world is going crazy. How can you profit? What are some ways to get into this without getting into it? Look at Pete said. He said, I'm going to get my mug next Friday for sure. I already paid my bills for today. Oh, that's pretty funny, man. I appreciate the support. But yeah. So if y'all haven't done so already, you want to support me, look at the Wesley Learns book series. We just finished up our very good program, Wesley Learns Book Club, and we made 2 young ladies shareholders of Coca-Cola for completing. They read all 3 books. They took the quizzes on all 3 books. They scored the highest on all their tests afterwards. So they was able to. I wish I could have gave all the kids shares, but I was only able to give 2 kids shares. So that's what we're doing, and we're going to keep growing it, changing the future, getting kids to invest at a very young age. So we just did that, and we just expanded from Denver, Colorado, out to Washington, D.C. So I'm very excited about that for my foundation, Global Children Financial Literacy Foundation, teaching kids about investing, credit, insurance at a very young age, right? So yeah, so y'all want to support me? Grab a mug, get an Investor Show mug, and read these financial reports along with me. Max B, the mug is going to pay for itself, right? Max B won his on the show. So these are things that can pay dividends not only for today, but for the rest of your generation, because you can teach your kids the same thing. She said, "It's the Prince of Stocks. Well done." I appreciate it. So yeah, so look at these companies, because nobody cares about the fundamentals until the bear comes out. When stocks start to drop, everybody try to wonder what's happening, right? If McDonald's stock drops today or tomorrow, I wouldn't care, because I understand they have enough money. They're not going to go bankrupt. Riot, I don't know. If cryptocurrency was to, if the government comes out and make it illegal, I don't know what's going to happen, right? And I don't know what's going to happen. So, but that's what the cool thing about it is, learn these financial reports so you know what the heck you got it. You know what the heck you got, right? And Twan was going to, that's why I be getting Antonio and Antoine mixed up, right? Antonio, he's out of Pennsylvania. You better not be switching from Facebook to YouTube, but I'm not realizing. But he said I got 3 copies of Wesley Learns About Stocks. The kids love it. Man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm glad the kids love it. Grab those copies, because to me, I like to see the sales moves. When I see the sales, that's what put me in position to create more and to do more. Because we live in a very capitalistic society. When I go get a deal, I want to do something with somebody, they're going to say, well, how much have you sold? How do we know people are interested? But when I go to them and say, look, this many copies sold. This is what happened. People want this. We should do this. People should get behind this. This is what allows me to create more and more and more and more, right? Miss Jackie said, grab a book or 2. They are good. Miss Jackie, I got to get your book on coding too. I want to get that for my son, Wesley, because I want him to get into coding or whatnot or whatever. So I'm trying to get away from saying that word, whatnot. Nicole said, big thanks out of California. Definitely appreciate you for tuning in. Brandon said, thanks, bro. I have to finish watching later. I got to go handle some business. Appreciate it, Brandon. We're going to get out of here. Thank you for tuning in out there in Japan. We'll talk. Who is this? Joe J. Who is this? I'm gonna read this comment and get up out of here. Joe J. I don't think I know Joe J. He says, Prince, once again, you have provided a thought-provoking conversation. Thank you for what you do, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know where you're from, Joe J. It's your first time tuning in, but thank you for tuning in, and I'm glad you got something out of it. But I want you to think about it. Who's the invisible hand behind these companies? These companies are making money hand over fist. So, but anyway, then people laugh at stocks saying, oh, Prince, stocks are dead. It's all about cryptocurrency. I'm like, well, there are companies that are publicly traded that are making cryptocurrencies happen. So, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time for tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in on this late night episode. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. Go in that description box and get you that Investor Show mug. Also, grab that Wesley Learns book club. You want to support the foundation, head over to the foundation website, as we are making kids first-time shareholders around the country through the book club. Very proud of that. Again, until the next video, podcast, cartoon, or whatever else you see me do crazy around the globe, peace. Be safe. I'm out.